Hey, apologies, sorry, we had to switch rooms. So we're up on the Cadillac now. We're gonna go for springs from the top, springs from below. We're gonna work on the trapeze bar and a half hang, okay? So what I'm gonna have you do is scoot back. I'm always gonna have a hold onto this bar itself, okay? And scoot actually, I'm sorry, a little bit forward. You want your shoulders and your arms directly over the bar. So I'm gonna pull this bar down and go ahead and hold on to it, okay? So I'm gonna have you start by lengthening out your arms, okay? And we're gonna work on scapular protraction or retraction, okay? So you can put your feet length and long, whichever feels better, or you can put your feet flat on the mat itself, okay? Which feels better. To help engage your core. Good. So your core is always going to be engaged. My palm is going to be here. And I'm going to have you keep your arms nice and long and open your shoulder blades apart. I want you to pull away. It's like you're pushing that bar upward. Good. Nice. And you're going to exhale, pull your shoulders down. Nice. Okay. And again, push up and lower down. Now keep the arms long. Nice. And just stay activated in your core. Just feel that shoulder blade movement. One more time. Lift up and lower down. Okay, so now that your shoulder blades are pulled down together, your arms are going to stay straight. What I'm going to have you do is keep your feet flattened, okay? And you're going to roll up. Now I'm going to help you. You're going to push the bar up overhead as you roll your spine out, okay? So here we go. I'm going to start by inhaling your breath and exhale, nod your chin. Slowly roll and push the weight upward. Nice. So in this position, how do you feel? Good. So you're stretching through those lats that you just worked in a nice neutral position. Now start to scoop and roll yourself down. Nice. Relax the spine back to the mat. Nice job. And we're going to do another one. I'm just going to increase and up the ante. Okay, so start with a big inhale breath. Exhale, nod your chin. Roll yourself all the way. Think neutral. So lift and raise. Push, push, push. Okay. Now send this leg out all the way long. And step it back in. Roll it all the way down. Okay, the last one we're going to do, I'm going to have you lengthen out your legs. Okay, and now you're going to start by inhaling your breath. Okay, now but as you inhale your breath and as you exhale your breath, you're going to roll yourself up, and it's almost like you're folding yourself in half. And so you're going to bring your feet together because you're going to raise your bottom of your legs up. Now work with your breath, work on that rib cage, and exhale, roll yourself up. Lift into your teaser position. So you're lifting up, pulling your chin back, she noticed, and staying in that V-sit position. Bend your knees for me. And that's going to decrease the intensity. Set your feet flat. Will again decrease intensity. Roll yourself all the way back to your starting position. Now I'm just going to hook up your spring load and do it from behind. So I'm going to maintain a hold on the bar as I switch your spring load. Okay. So this is from below. So this strap. Here we go. Okay, so this spring is going to come from the bottom, and now you're going to be working instead of on a pushing motion, a pulling motion. All right, so go ahead and scoot all the way back, or yeah, forward for me, yeah, forward. I'm going to just lower this bar down so it doesn't hit you in the face. Okay, so now once this is connected, I'm going to help push the bar up, and go ahead and bring the body weight back up. Okay, all right. So now I have it on one spring on one red again, but now you're going to be at pushing motion. It's almost a chest press. So you can activate the arms on the bar, okay? Now I'm just going to be here on the side. I want you to either lengthen out your legs or set your feet flat. Good. So I want you to activate your core, scoop your abs in, perfect position on neutral, and you're going to push that bar away from you. Lengthen out the arms. Good. Draw the elbows in. Okay, lengthen out the arms. Draw the elbows in. Now I notice that she's pushing in front of her body. So I'm going to grab the bar, push it up, and scoot forward, or scoot forward. There you go. Good. Nice. Now, once again, start to bend at your elbow joints. Good. And push the bar all the way out. Okay. So a little bit more length as she's keeping her abs straight. Nice. Draw it. And push the bar out. Nice job. So you're going to hold the bar right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be scoot and let go of the bar. Nice. Okay. And I'm going to lower the bar all the way down, okay? Forgot to reactivate my airplane mode. That's all right. Okay. And so I'm going to lower the bar all the way down, okay? I'm going to have you, we're going to work on the trapeze next. So go ahead and bring your legs off, and I'm going to stack two boxes on top of each other. Okay, but we're gonna work on pull-ups. You worked on push downs, pull downs, scapular retractions. Your core is already warm and activated. So we're gonna work on your pull-ups. We're perfect for 5 minutes. I'm gonna have her sit on top of the box, okay? So go ahead and sit on the reformer. I'm gonna hold the boxes. And I'm gonna have you sit on top. I would rather like to have a gripper, but we don't have those right now. So are you gonna be okay gripping the bar?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So I'm gonna help you and maintain position. Okay, hold right here. I'm gonna come around before you move. Okay, so they say you and not me. Okay, all right, so I'm gonna have you scoot back onto your box, okay? So that your legs and your ankle joints are gonna go right directly on top of that trapeze. Okay, good. Go ahead and scoot your glutes in a little bit more forward. Nice job. Do you feel anchored and secure? Yep. Okay, all right. We're gonna start with a pelvic floor lift, okay? So think about squeezing up your butt cheeks, using your core activation, and you're gonna lift your hips up into an inversion. So you're gonna bridge up. Lengthen out your arms. Good, lower down. Now I'm gonna have you keep your arms long, so it's like you're hanging.
Okay.
Just hanging, just relax. Because you're just scooping up. Ready? And lift. Good. Okay. Now you wanna bring the glutes up. Nice. And you're staying in this position, and you're gonna pull up. Good. And lower down, I got you. And pull up. And lower down. Choose one more. As you wanna keep those glutes tense. And lower face down. Dropping the glutes all the way back on your box. And bending the knees all the way in. Nice job. Now go ahead and sit your feet back and scoot out the box. What I would have done differently as a coach, her legs were a little bit farther in front, or her trapeze was a little bit farther in front of her than what I would have liked. So her ankle joints scooted forward, so her legs slipped forward. So next time I would have her box scooted backward so she had a better alignment. So go ahead and lay down flat for me. And I'm going to adjust the leg straps, and we're gonna go into a half hang, okay? So the half hang position is going to be neutral alignment, okay? And what I'm gonna do is have you, I'm gonna move this first and foremost. Scoot this all the way forward, you're not gonna need that. Is that okay? Yeah, that's okay in the butt, okay. All right, I'm gonna scoot these leg straps forward. Okay, so these are your fuzzy straps. And what I'm gonna have you do is I'm gonna stand in the middle, and you're gonna put your bottom of your feet up against my thighs, okay? Good. So looking at your alignment position, it looks fantastic. Your knees are over your hip line, your arms are included, and I'm gonna use your Cadillac, push into my thighs. Okay, good. What I'm gonna do, lift your hips up, okay? So I'm gonna take your left foot first, and I'm gonna step it and put it into your leg strap, okay? I'm gonna have you externally rotate your foot and flex your foot. Hook it in, you feel tight? Yep. Nice. I'm gonna take your other foot and do the same thing. Put it in, externally rotate that toe, nice, and flex your foot, okay? Now I'm just gonna have you lower the hips down and relax your spinal position, okay? So again, there's a couple things that I wouldn't have or wouldn't do with people because you're at a slight inversion if your hips are lifted. If you actually do have a little bit of a shorter leg position, it does put a little bit of pressure on your eyes. So I'm going to just let you hang here. Yeah, perfect. And then I'm going to take one foot out at a time. Okay, so when I'm going to take this left foot out first. Okay, step it back on my thigh. Take the other foot down. And step it back on my thigh. You can lower up your hips, and that was your half hang. Yay. Awesome, perfect. I'm going to get down. I'm going to move the position of the screen because I'm going to have you hit the barrel. Does that work?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We're going to work on the barrel. Sorry, we have a small-ish room. We're working our way to the barrel. Okay. All right. I'm going to turn my screen this way. No, I'm not. I thought I had this right the first time. Okay. All right. Sorry, Susan. Okay. All right. So if you don't mind, Des, she is a coach with me, she'll be fine. But I'm going to have you just scoot this barrel forward so you see it in the whole plane of motion. Awesome. Okay. So on the barrel itself, I'm going to have you start with some ballet stretches. So before we do her leg, we measured her prior, and I'm going to put her on the number 11. So her legs are nice and long, and she has room to work. So Des, go ahead and step. Put your glutes up against the ladder. Okay, I'm going to have you bring your right leg up on top of the barrel. Okay, so as we look at her position, does this feel comfortable for you? Okay, because I feel like if it was up higher and the barrel was more inward, her leg would be elevated a little too high. okay? Also, it's gonna be tough not to hike up that right hip, so I want you to square up your pelvic floor as much as you can, okay? So we're gonna take a big inhale breath, and we're gonna go over the thigh. So stretch forward all the way toward me on an exhale breath, okay? So using this proper position, you're gonna try and get as much length on the hamstring as you possibly can. Inhale, restack your spine. And exhale the breath out. Go forward, fold all the way toward it. Now we're trying to add a little bit more range of motion, and she is pretty flexible enough, so she's able to get past her heel, okay? Now I'm just gonna have you square up your hips. I mean, we would, of course, do the other side, but we're gonna square up your hips facing the mirror, okay? So we're gonna be in a lateral plane of motion, okay? Now I'm gonna be behind you, if you don't mind my tactile cue again, okay? Everything should be in alignment, and your hips are gonna be square, okay? So you can turn your toes facing forward, and you're gonna be in lateral flexion. So I'm gonna have you wrap this arm around to your opposite hip, extending this arm and your left arm out wide to the side, okay? So I'm gonna have you inhale, raise, exhale, laterally tip to the side, going up and over. How does that feel? Good. Feel nice stretch in your adductor and your hip. Good. Inhale, raise up. And I'm gonna have you switch the arms. Grab and wrap around. Inhale, raise this right arm, and exhale, tip over to the other side. Countering the stretch, and I'm pulling her shoulders slightly backward and keeping everything in alignment. Inhale, raise up, and restack the spine. We're gonna do that one more time for 4 total reps. So you're gonna inhale, raise up, exhale, laterally tip over. She can always stretch any different muscular group, meaning internal or external rotation of the toes. Drop the arm down to the side and place this palm on the ladder. And you're gonna inhale, raise this right arm up and tip it off to the other side. Beautiful job. Go ahead and restack your spine. Inhale, sit tall. Nice job, and exhale over, okay? Again, we would normally do this on the other side, but I'm gonna have you softly swing your leg off around to the front, and I'm gonna decrease the space in between your lateral barrel. Okay, so that was your balance stretches, and I'm gonna bring it all the way to the number 3, okay? So I'm also gonna grab a block, and we're gonna start, I'm gonna have you, Jess, stand in front of the barrel itself. Thank you so much.
In front this way?
So I'm gonna have you stand in front of the barrel, facing the barrel. I'm sorry, you are not. You're facing away from your barrel. I think my cues have officially gone crazy, okay? So you're going to actually stick your feet, so go ahead and push your glutes up, stick your one foot in front, go ahead on top of this, and the other one, okay? So I like the position of her knees because it doesn't feel like they're hiked up to her neck, but I also am gonna use a block, so she's in a bilateral plane. So you're gonna stick your foot up against, and how do you feel? Do you feel safe and confident?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I'm gonna have her be leaning back and hinging and adding a little bit of rotation, okay? So I'm gonna have you extend your arms toward me, and I'm gonna hold your feet no matter what, so you don't flip off. Yeah? Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna hold her legs here, and I'm gonna have you inhale, breath, sit tall, exhale, hinge backward. Better, good. So notice that she hinges backward. I know you can see her head, but her shoulders, her hips, and everything is your plane of motion. Do watch the chin, because you're gonna bring the head backward as you feel a slight shake. Now you can always open up toward that right-hand side and add rotation. Okay, look to where you reach, good. Exhale, derotate. Inhale, open up to the left side. And exhale, derotate. One more on each side. Inhale, rotate. Open, exhale, derotate. One more time, inhale, open. Exhale, derotate, good. Inhale, restack your spine and come toward me. Nice job, okay? You can also be in flexion, but since we've done that so much today, I'm just gonna have you repeat and stay in neutral. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome, perfect. Now we're gonna work prone. Okay, so go ahead and step off the lateral barrel. And I'm gonna have you turn around, and we're gonna work prone, okay? So your belly's gonna be on top of the barrel, and your feet are gonna walk up. So I'm gonna help you walk your feet up. I know it's a little bit of a thing. So you're going to put your feet in between these two. Good, there we go. All right, you're gonna hook here, hook there. Now scoot your booty up. There, so you wanna scoot your body weight, nice job. Good. Now, from here, I'm gonna have you scoot back. Scoot back. Okay, good. Now, honestly, hey, there we go. Her frontal hip points, I've noticed, are still all the way up. So you almost want her scoot back about 2 inches Okay, so can you bring the legs a little bit farther under, bend those knee joints? There we go, that looks much better. Are you okay with being in this position?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna be, and she's great with extension, so we're gonna add a couple of prone movements. So bring your fingertips behind your ears, okay, and you're gonna raise your chest up. Good, you're gonna activate your posterior chain, and I'm again holding on to the back of her legs. Exhale, lower down. Okay, good, nice job. Again, inhale on the lift, exhale on the lower phase, good job. And one more, inhale on the raise, beautiful job. And exhale on the lower phase. And one more time, she has a tendency to hyperextend her lower back, which is okay to an extent. I'm just watching her range of motion and decreasing it when we can. Okay, so Des, are you ready? Can you put your hands on your barrel? Okay, I'm gonna have you bend your knees and try and take your feet out from underneath. I know. Step the foot down and I'll help you out. Okay, the last thing on the ladder barrel that we're going to do is I'm gonna have you sit directly on top of it. Okay, I'm gonna have you so just kind of scoot your butt up, so swing your leg up and over it. So you're gonna sit directly on top of your barrel. Okay, now I'm gonna guide her backwards. Okay, you're gonna reach behind you. Okay, and I'm going to guide you backward. Okay, I want you to reach for the actual ladder itself. Okay, so you're going to be in a chest expansion, and you can either have your grip on the inside or on the outside of the post. Okay, and you're going to be in a hinge backward. So I want you to maybe bend your elbows a little bit out of hyperextension. Nice job, and draw the head back to my hand. Good. So you want to stay at this lean back position. I'm going to have you extend the right leg and then the left. Good. And the left. Do both. Do both. Wow. Okay, perfect.
Oh.
Now her butt's a little bit far backward. I'm gonna have her scoot up. Bend the knees. And scoot up. Okay, all right. Now a little bit more of extension on that outside shoulder. I'm probably gonna scoot her in a little bit more next time. But I want you to pull the knees in. One at a time. Now send the legs out long. Good. Hey, so can you maintain this position? I'm gonna have her add a couple heel beats. Okay, go heel, click, heel, together. And I'm just watching her pelvic floor, her chin untucked, and she's in a slight shake. Okay, so I'm not gonna have her lift and lower her legs. Okay, but I am gonna have you point your toes. And I want you to make a small circle out, around, and together. Good, nice and small movement. Out, around, and down. One more. Good, can you reverse that circle? Beautiful job. And she's controlling her motion and she's not letting her hips flare out. Go ahead and bend the knees in and lower back. Now I'm gonna have you slide off the front as you roll down. Okay, so the last thing that we have to complete today is going to be our spine corrector. So we're going to take it to the floor. Okay, so let's scoot this barrel all the way off to the side. Again, in a normal setting, I would never have anybody move any piece of equipment if I was a client, but since she is kind of technically, I'm going to have you grab that spine corrector and lay it on the floor in front of us, Des. Awesome. Okay, so her position, starting position is going to be, good grief. Okay, so I'm gonna have her start by sitting in the well, okay, and putting her lower back on the spine corrector itself, okay? Now go ahead and extend the arms forward. Now again, her back fits nicely to the big barrel. Okay, so there's also another recommendation that I would do is put the ball behind your neck as you lean back and lean over it, okay? But since we've been working on posterior tilting and the knees and the hips look fantastic, inhale, sit tall, and exhale, you are gonna posterior tilt and roll your spine back, okay? She did more of a hinge and that's okay, but we're gonna roll as you keep those hips in and as she extends overhead, okay? Now you can't fully see, excuse my lack of a video, but you're gonna inhale and slowly roll all the way up because her spine fits perfectly to the curvature of the spine corrector itself. Okay, and one more time. Inhale, restack, and exhale, roll. So as you roll, go ahead and replant one bone at a time all the way out, expelling your rib cage, arms come overhead. Beautiful. And you're gonna exhale, nod the chin, and arms gonna come up and roll overhead. Okay, she can also do this in the smaller, she can take the smaller part off of this and sit tall so she doesn't have to go all the way up and over, or you can decrease your range of motion. Okay, now we're going to face the other way. So I'm going to have Des sit up, sit in the well, and lengthen the back of the legs over the big part, okay? So this is using her breath work, okay? So what I'm going to have you do is sit nice and tall first, and just hug over your thighs, Okay, so this is almost one of my favorites. As you draw the chin down, I want you to almost pull your belly button away from the thighs. So you're still in activity, but take a couple big breaths and fill up your lung cage. And exhale it all the way out. Okay, so again, inhale, work breath, nice and a big exhale breath. One more, inhale up, and exhale, dive into your stretch. So she's pulling her belly button still away, and restack your spine. Roll all the way up to a seated position, okay? Something that I'd recommend is to sit on top of the spine corrector instead of, if you do have a size restriction, okay? The next thing I'm gonna have you do is go laterally. So you're gonna be in the well, and your bottom knee is gonna be bent at about the hip line, okay? So she's scooted back a little bit, so she fits nicely over. I'm gonna have you extend that bottom arm. Good. Now your top arm is going to be extended out over up your hip line, okay? So as we add lateral flexion, okay, I'm gonna have you inhale, start to pick up your head and your neck, start in neutral, good, and you're gonna stay in neutral as you reach this arm out, laterally flex. Good, raise up that armpit. Good, she picks up on that sideways line. I feel like the other one was easier for you earlier. Yeah, and drop it down. Okay, we did this earlier and it was easier for other side, okay? Inhale and into that lateral flexion. Nice, so she's decreasing the space in between her ribs and her hips and drop it back down. Good, and one more time. Inhale on the raise, laterally tip. She added more range of motion and she's gorgeous length in her arms. Drop the arm down, good, and relax over that spine corrector. Nice job. Okay, go ahead and raise all the way up, and of course we would do that to the other side. Okay, what I'm going to have you do is be an inversion. Does that sound okay? Yep. Okay, so again, I would not allow this to happen before, but I also don't have her head in this picture, so I'm going to move the ladder barrel, and you're going to lay flat. Okay. So the ladder, or the spine corrector, excuse me, it's going to be on this side, and you're going to lay. I would almost sit on top of it. Start there. We face it this way. Face that way. So go ahead and sit on top of it, and I'm going to have you roll back. Now at this point I would use your feet and hold her feet, but I'm going to have it guide you all the way back. So lay all the way down, roll your spine, okay? I'm going to have you scoot down a little bit more. There you go. Okay. Go ahead and set your shoulders down on your spine corrector. She's an inversion, her chin isn't tucked, and you can use and grab the sides of it as well, okay? So I'm going to have you draw one knee in tabletop. Good, and draw the other knee in tabletop. Okay, so we can do multiple different things here. Again, her back is fully connected. She's using her powerhouse, and her chin is untucked, so she's not directly in her neckline. Okay, and send the legs all the way up in space, pointing your toe. I'm going to have you lower the legs down a couple inches. Open them out and around to the side. Good. So as she starts creating her circles, raise the legs up the midline, out and around, and down. Good. I'm going to have her keep her pelvic hip points nice and square, and using her abs, scooping her lower back into that spine corrector. I'm going to have you do 3 reverse circles, and we're going to be done. Okay. You can always increase the intensity, and we can add a short spine movement, but the short spine movement I would like to be there for, so she doesn't tuck her chin. Good. One more time. Out and around and down. Nice job. Draw the knees in and set the feet flat. What I'm going to have you do is hug your knees in towards your chest, and I'm going to scoot all the way out underneath. Okay. The last thing that we have to do today is prone. Okay. So I'm going to have her. I'm going to switch the ladder barrel, or I keep calling it ladder barrel. Okay. Go ahead and lay prone, and I'm going to have you put your knees in the well. Your pelvic hip points and our ASIS are going to be on top. Okay, and you can't here. I'm gonna scoot this a little bit more to this side so you can see more of her whole side of her body. Okay, but the knees are gonna be here, and I'm gonna manage her feet. So her toes are flexed, and her feet are directly in. Now her pelvic hip points go directly in the center of the curvature, and I'm gonna have you put your fingertips behind your ears, Des. Okay, so I'm gonna hold her feet, and she's gonna work into extension. So the elbows pull wide and activate the whole backside body, okay, and then raise up and lower down. Nice job. Inhale, raise up, and lower down. Good. And one more. Inhale on the rise, and exhale on the lower face. Nice job. Okay, so we want to relax that backside body, and bring your legs off to the side. At any point in time, we already added lateral flexion and rotation. But before we sign off, those are all pieces of the apparatus. Des, how do you feel?
Great.
Awesome. I'm excited. So a couple things. We love to use a Cadillac because it is different in a way, or the RTC is different from the Springboard itself because it's one-on-one. It's a great piece of equipment because you can do so many ranges of movement on top of it. So that was it. So thank you so much for joining me. Susan, thank you again for your expertise, and we hope to chat soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.